come along with me as I show you how I process fresh tomatoes. Very easy. You take a tomato, or you take your tomatoes and you put them in a pot of hot water that's right here. When the skins get soft, you put them in a bowl of cold water, and then once they have a chance to cool, you peel the skin off, and you put the skin in your trash bowl. It's right here. Skin should be easy to come off. After you get the skin off, you cut off the top of the tomato. Yes, there's probably an easier way to do this. And yes, there's a mess with doing this, but there is no editing here. This is all real, no editing. After you take the top off, you just cut the tomatoes, or you can leave the tomatoes whole. My family likes them chopped up because they're easier to put into sauces and chili and whatever else you use tomatoes for. You just cut them up. And then when you're done, you are left with a beautiful bowl of chopped up tomatoes. Follow me for part 2 and I will show you what I do with these tomatoes. Alright, part 2 into the canning. You clean up your mess, you get your jars that I had processed in this hot water to sanitize and to bring up to the temperature of the tomatoes. You need funnel, the magic stick right here that gets all the air out of the little air pockets. You can use lemon juice, which is what I use, but I'm out, so I'm going to use citric acid. I only have this because I made homemade mozzarella, and that's the only reason why I have it. Other than that, I always use just lemon juice because I always have lemon juice on hand. The recipe called for 1/4 teaspoon per jar, so that's what I put in the jar. And I'm using the funnel and a spoon to spoon the tomatoes. I already have some jars that are already filled right here. Now this little magic stick you just put in, and you just do it on the sides of the jars. It just gets all the air pockets out of the tomatoes. See? And then I do that to all the jars. And then when I fill all the jars up, I will clean them with vinegar, the rims, to get any residue off of the rims so I can make sure I get a really, really good seal. I will get the lids and the rings from the hot water. I'll put them on my jars. And then you can follow me for part 3 and I'll show you the end results. So yeah. So I got all the lids on and they all almost fit into my water bath canner. But two. Alright, FYI, when you put them into the water, do not put the timer on until you see it boiling. When you see it boiling is when you start the timer. Alright, I want to show you, I don't know if you can see or not, but you can see that the water is boiling. You can see the little bubbles coming up. Probably can't see it. But as you can see, it's boiling. So this is where I'm going to start my timer. Alright, I woke up this morning and all my jars have sealed. But we are going to go through before we store them downstairs on the shelf to make sure we have no false positives of sealing. So check them out with me. Let's see. I have this one here. So all you do is, so I can get a good picture. Oops. I can get it. Alright, you want to remove the seal because you can get a false seal and your food will go bad. So you remove the seal. I don't grab the jar, I grab the lid like this. See that? I grab it and I hold it up just by the lid. And it doesn't come off. So it means it is sealed. Let's check the rest out.